This episode of Young and Pregnant starts with Brianna. She finally got a real job, not counting airing her drama on TV or selling tea that makes you poop on Instagram. Her finally having a real job, meaning she doesn't have to apply for benefits and doesn't have to contact Brayson's father, which may have been the actual reason she got the job. She says that she started getting birth control shot after she met Robert. Notice how she said after she met him, not after they started dating. Though I guess there wasn't more than 3 days at most between those two events. However, she doesn't like how she feels on it, so she wants to go to Planned Parenthood to find out other options. Robert goes with her and asks, "You think they give guys shots too?" A valid question, but Brianna gets annoyed and is like, "No, you're so stupid. I wish you had your driver's license so I didn't have to be the one driving there right now." You hear that? It's the sound of the honeymoon period just now dying for these two. Now Brianna's clearly starting to see that Robert is kind of a diploma-less, jobless loser, and she's kind of bitter about it. Maybe Vanessa was right when she said to slow things down. She's starting to regret asking Robert to move here, and says it was too fast. You think? She jumped into a new relationship too quickly, and she finally admits that on camera. Kayla did not extend her temporary restraining order for Stefan, so it ended. She feels the cops didn't arrest him or charge him, so what's the point of going to court? The point is so you can hold him accountable, Kayla. Unfortunately, the legal system did fail her by not arresting Stefan when it's obvious he did assault her. He even admitted it. But it's still her job to take initiative to protect herself and Isaiah. Kayla did do something right, though. She got a job, too, at Ulta. She doesn't say Ulta on the show, she says a makeup store, probably because Ulta threatened MTV with legal action if she associated their brand with a show called Teen Mom. But she did say it was Ulta on her Instagram. Anyway, Stefan asked to see Isaiah, and she said, "Yeah, if you meet us at Walmart and buy him stuff, then you can see him." Girl, yes, get some money out of this guy. Now you're thinking straight. Lexi has been staying over at Kyler's house. She talks about how he's been being so nice, but when her mom asks what they did, she says Kyler just played video games while she watched Napoleon Dynamite. Sounds like a real lit evening. I somehow doubted they even talked to each other the whole time. Her mom asks if Kyler is avoiding her and Lexi's stepdad because he's never over at her house. She says Lexi is always over there where he wants her to be, because she's always at his beck and call. Lexi says she does stand up for herself, and Kyler is nice when no one's around, blah blah blah. Look, here's my issue with this. Yeah, maybe Kyler is nicer off camera. I don't think so, but we don't know. Regardless though, he's so mean and disrespectful on camera. He humiliates his girlfriend in front of millions of people who watch Teen Mom. Just that enough just negates any niceness he might have. And she just lets him, and it's not really okay. By allowing him to treat you like that on camera, you're telling the world that you're okay with being treated like this, and it's really not good. It's embarrassing. Things are better between Sean and Jade. She's letting him stay temporarily at her place, meaning until they fight again. She's letting him stay because Sean is basically homeless. Believe it or not, this dude got kicked out by his own grandma. Sad enough that he's 26 and living with his grandma, but to have a sweet old lady kick you out, you must really be a terrible person for your own grandma to leave you out in the streets. Jade says Chloe likes them both together and is happier with them there. Sure, you let him stay with you because Chloe likes him better. Right. Ashley has been delaying telling her mom that she made up with Bar's mom. When her mom answers the phone, she greets her with, "Hey, what's up, ugly?" The captions say she said, "What's up, Ashley?" but she totally said, "What's up, ugly?" like any mother should. She says that her making up with Shen is like jumping into bed with a snake. I really hope Ashley isn't jumping into bed with Shen. There's already more than enough drama going on here. And Ashley has said that Shen hit on her in the past when drunk, so who knows. Ashley's mom ended up not moving to Atlanta, so since that fell through, she's been inserting herself more and more into Ashley's life. Pastor T goes out to eat with her husband. She's wearing this crazy, sparkly-ass, bright red lipstick looking like Dorothy's ruby slippers on her mouth. Just to, go out to a cafe and shit-talk Shen. It's a big event for these guys. They don't think Ashley will ever really respect Shen. Shen constantly does bad things and then apologizes, empty apologies, and does it again. They don't want to be at all involved with that family. Brianna and Robert head over to Planned Parenthood to get birth control. There's this cross-stitch in the hallway framed up, and it has a picture of a cervix and says, "We are at your cervix." See, shit like this is why people don't want to go there. Brianna tells the doctor that the depot shot made her nauseous and she wants an implant for birth control. Robert is sitting there, obviously forced to be there by MTV, arms crossed, looking as uncomfortable as he can be. Surprisingly, MTV didn't film them putting in the implant, but she did get it done, so at least she won't get pregnant again. Then she FaceTimes her sister Vanessa. She says she likes her new job and she wants to make new friends. She's been arguing with Robert and she realizes now that their relationship was rushed. Every little thing he does now bothers her and he isn't motivated and has no goals. Stefan is heading over to Florida. His mom lives there. 2 years ago, she was diagnosed with lupus, so she moved to Florida for the warmer climate to stay healthy, and Stefan had stayed behind in Illinois. Him and Kayla had always been planning a visit with her because she hadn't even met Isaiah yet. But after everything that went down, Kayla did what Stefan should have done and pulled out. Of the trip, that is. So only Stefan's going now. When he arrives in Florida, his sister Alicia sprints up out of nowhere to hug Stefan. Like, I have never seen anyone run that fast. Save it for the track, Alicia. Stefan really doesn't deserve love. They all go out to eat. Stefan says he felt alone, and doesn't call his mom often because he doesn't want to bother her with his problems. But his mom says his anger will build up if she doesn't call him and vent every once in a while. His mom tells it to Stefan straight and says, "You know what's going to happen? Your ass is going to jail. You weren't raised to be that way." Stefan says he made the dumb choices on his own, not because of how he was raised. He hates being a disappointment to her. She cries and says, "You're not a bad person, Stefan, you're not." And then Stefan starts crying. Yeah, look, I hate to break it to you, Stefan's mom, but he kinda is. Lexi asks Kyler why he doesn't stay over at her place, and he says he's not comfortable with her parents, and he feels less free, whatever that means. Maybe Lexi's room is closer to her parents' room than his is, if you catch my drift, or maybe she doesn't have a TV in her room that he can connect his Xbox to. She says him and her mom are on two different sides, and she's in the middle. He responds that he ain't no snowflake. Yeah, you're not a special snowflake, that's for sure, no matter how much Lexi acts like you are. He calls Lexi butthurt, truly proving that he's actually 12 years old. He says she has a piss-poor attitude, but it's like, dude, what are you talking about? That's you. The peace between Ashley and Bar's mom didn't last very long. Not even a whole episode long, actually. Ashley said seeing stuff on TV brought the bad memories back. She goes to a Greasy Spoon diner with her sister Chris and discusses the downfall of her and Shen's 6-minute friendship. After last season's finale aired, Ashley posted on her Instagram story a text post that says, "Don't show up to my stuff uninvited. Period." Shen took offense and told Bar to tell Ashley to delete it, and she did. But Shen wasn't satisfied and went on Instagram Live talking trash as usual. But she wasn't the only 50-year-old woman starting fights on social media. Pastor T also got an Instagram Live and lashed back at Shen. Round of applause for these moms of the year here, guys. Chris says it's sad that this 50-year-old Shen is threatened by and fighting with a 21-year-old girl. Ashley says she doesn't care anymore and that Shen is absolutely never coming to her house ever again. I'm sure that absolute no will last like a week before they make up and the cycle starts all over again, but they're off for now. Sean goes with Jade to her dentist appointment. Jade is sitting in the dentist chair, full face of makeup, lip gloss, and everything, which is how you know this is either staged or Jade is stupid. That lip gloss is about to be smeared all over your face by the end of the appointment. She needs her wisdom teeth out badly, but the soonest available appointment to get them taken out was right after her move-in date to her new apartment with her friend Lauren. Sean suggests flirtatiously that they just move in together, her and him. She's smiling. She says that's not a good idea. He says, "You look really good, though," and moves in for a kiss. And she sort of denies it to him, but you all know what happens off camera. At yet another Greasy Spoon diner in the Midwest, we have Kayla and her friend. She talks about how her and her friend Devin are looking for apartments together. Yesterday was Kayla's first day at work, and she's already ready to start spending that money on daycare. She never talked about it with her mom, but she thinks the distance, if she moves out, will make the relationship better. Brianna has a sit-down with Robert. She feels down lately. He says she just bitches a lot. She says he doesn't do anything, and while she isn't saying he should move back home, at least not yet, she says the relationship was rushed and he needs to go get his GED or something. She wants to better herself, and she says he needs goals too. Robert just sort of stays dull and quiet, and she's like, "That's the problem, you don't even have a reaction to any of this." Honestly, Robert does just sort of seem dumb, but this is why she should have given this relationship some time and thought before moving in together. Also, maybe this is off topic, but when Robert was talking, he moved his hands around a little bit, and you could see his nasty, dirty fingernails. Like, I'm talking the part of your nail that's supposed to be white, his were like black. That's just nasty, dude. Like, what are you doing all day that your nails are that gross? Planting flowers in the backyard, getting soil up in your fingers? Because I don't think that's it. While Pastor T and Shen fight on Instagram, Ashley, Bar, and Holly do a family photo shoot. Bar isn't cool with what his mom is doing starting drama, and to his credit, he sides with Ashley. He stops talking to Shen, at least for the time being. Ashley says both their parents have serious boundary issues. Lexi goes out painting with their friend and they talk about Kyler. She says Kyler never dealt with authoritative people growing up, so he doesn't like being around her mom, but she feels in between them. Lexi's mom goes out with her stepdad and they discuss basically the same thing. They don't mind Kyler being around, but they don't like him speaking badly of them for no reason. I mean, they really don't seem that bad as in-laws. After all, Kyler could have gotten stuck with an absolute dumpster fire like Shen or Pastor T. They start to wonder at what point they should stop looking the other way when Kyler treats Lexi poorly. Jade is moving out of her apartment and is letting Sean bring his things there. I'm sure Jade's friend will love the extra guests. Sean discusses to some cousin about how he wants to be there for his daughter and spend the night with Jade, and the guys both laugh, like, haha, free rent, am I right? Kayla decides to broach the subject with their mom about moving. Her mom says her part-time job at Ulta isn't going to be enough to pay for rent, daycare, food, and phone bills, gas. And Kayla's like, hold up, you mean you're not paying my phone bill anymore? Jamie says, yeah, if you move out, why do I need to help you out anymore? You even get mad when I ask you to pay for your own gas. Kayla feels like she's being cut off, and she says, well, I would want to set my child up for success, not failure. Not realizing that paying all their bills is just going to set them up for laziness. Jamie points out that Kayla doesn't even make Stefan pay that $100 a month in child support, yet she wants her mom paying phone and gas bills. Kayla really didn't like that, and starts crying and calling her mom rude. She feels that her mom wants her to stay so she can continue seeing Isaiah every day. Trust me, Kayla, I'm sure your mom wouldn't mind you getting out of the house, just not when she knows you can't handle it. And that's all for this episode of Teen Mom, Young and Pregnant. Do you think that Kayla will ever hold Stefan accountable for his actions? And are Shen and Ashley going to avoid each other for good now? Leave a comment down below letting me know what you think of this episode, and make sure to subscribe to my channel for more recaps.